spend enough time around the watch world, you'll begin to notice something. The term tool watch gets thrown around a lot, but in reality, many modern dive watches have become luxury objects first and actual tools second. They're beautifully finished, packed with polished surfaces, maybe they're rated to 200 meters of water resistance, and then they spend the rest of their lives timing coffee breaks rather than decompression stops. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, but every now and then, something comes along that feels like it was designed from the ground up to do a job. This is one of those watches, the Nodus Sector Deep Black Destro. Los Angeles-based Nodus has built quite a reputation over the last few years for producing watches that punch well above their weight, and the original Sector Dive became something of a cult favourite. It wasn't trying to reinvent the dive watch, it just nailed the fundamentals. The Sector Deep takes that familiar platform and asks a simple question: how far can we push it? And the answer is pretty impressive. Water resistance jumps from an everyday dive watch territory all the way up to 500 meters, yet the watch is still only 13.6 millimeters thick. That's genuinely wearable for something built to handle serious pressure. The case itself deserves a closer look. It's made from bead-blasted stainless steel, but you'd be forgiven for thinking that it was titanium at first glance. That matte finish gives it an almost military feel, while the black DLC bezel reinforces that stealthy aesthetic. And then there's the Destro layout. Moving the crown across to 9 o'clock might sound like a small change, but for those like me who wear your watches on your right wrist, it makes perfect sense. And for those who wear on the left, it's even more comfortable thanks to the lack of a crown digging into the back of your hand. The bezel is another highlight. It overhangs the smaller 38mm mid case, making it really easy to grip. And the action feels surprisingly substantial for a watch at this price point. And even better, it isn't just a dive bezel. Alongside the standard 60-minute scale, you've also got a 12-hour track, meaning you can use it to follow a second time zone while travelling. It's one of those practical little touches that makes a watch feel more versatile than just a dedicated diver. The dial follows exactly the same philosophy, because everything exists for one reason, and that's legibility. The matte black surface absorbs light rather than reflecting it, allowing those oversized applied markers to dominate the dial. The white surrounds give them just enough definition without ever becoming too flashy. The hands are broad, heavily loomed and easy to read at a glance, and thankfully Nodus has resisted the temptation to clutter everything with unnecessary text. There's plenty of negative space here, it just lets the design breathe. It's clean, balanced and refreshingly confident. Powering everything is the Seiko NH35. Now, some people might dismiss this movement because it's affordable, but personally I think that misses the point. The NH35 has earned its reputation because it's dependable, easy to service and proven over millions of watches. It's a workhorse. And more importantly, Nodus regulates every movement before it leaves the workshop, tightening performance to around plus or minus 10 seconds per day. That's the sort of attention to detail that separates brands that are simply just assembling watches from brands that genuinely care about the final product. Then we get to what might actually be my favourite feature: the bracelet. Micro brands have become exceptionally good at cases and dials, but bracelets are often where the costs get cut. That has improved in the last couple of years for sure, but it's certainly not the case here. The fully articulated 3-link bracelet wears incredibly well, but it's the Nodex clasp that really stands out. With the push of a button, you've got over 10mm of on-the-fly micro adjustment. There's no tools, no half links, no frustration. It's one of those features that sounds like a luxury until you've lived with it, and then you wonder why every bracelet isn't built this way. The Nodus Sector Deep Black Destro doesn't rely on heritage or marketing mythology to justify itself. Instead, it focuses on engineering, ergonomics, and genuinely useful features. For $650 US, you're getting 500 meters of water resistance, excellent proportions, thoughtful design, and one of the best clasps you'll find anywhere at this price point. If you've been looking for a dive watch that's actually built like a tool watch rather than simply dressed like one, this is well worth adding to your shortlist. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video and want to see more, consider subscribing to the Time+Tide YouTube channel. And one final thing, keep wearing what you love.